So, when we last left our heroes, um, after kicking over slavers' encampment, um, you received hints that um, one of the slaves was worth considerably more than your commission to capture the slaver. While trying to follow up on this, the potential buyer decided that interfering in his purchase was a hanging offense and sent a squad of mercenaries after you that was actually came fairly close to success but didn't succeed.
Should we do character introductions?
Sure.
Okay. I am playing Lady Maxima Josephine Vivian Rinaldi I, or just plain Max, who has a defined personality and whose motto is, "Don't worry, you'll remember me." And so far I've got 3 goals: make friends with somebody, capture/confront the warlock, and recover the employer's money.
Alright.
I'll go next. I'm playing Dr. Caesar the Small, the Raven Elementalist and Doctor. His motto is that he has a cure for all ailments. He's here to get his patrons' money back and confront recondite.
I am playing Harman Todero, donkey, air quotes, actually mule, soldier. Personality is mercurial. My motto is, you need to know that you're in for the fight of your life. I have the goals of get the patron's money back to him and confront the warlock.
Okay, I'm playing Neferu Bint Harit, the overconfident hyena warlord. My motto is, my destiny is beyond your ken. And my current goals are to get my patron's money back to him and to confront recondite.
And how about Cunnabold?
Not in the voice chat.
Yeah, he just dropped.
Now he's back.
Yay!
Probably has no idea what we're talking about.
Sorry about that. Internet cannot listen.
Time to introduce your character. Eltoson.
Hello.
So we're doing character introductions again. And you just missed everybody else's.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'm playing Cunnabold Kemp. Motto, if you haven't prepared for failure, you haven't prepared for any at all.
Alright. So one of the last things you got last session was the location of the base of operations that the warlock who hired the mercenaries to retrieve the potentially worthwhile slave is hanging out. So,
and I believe we go through the city first to get there, don't we?
It's near the city, but I don't think it's actually in the city limits.
Ultimately, I'm mentioning this because I'd like to tap my trappings gift to get back my wand. Make a quick detour home to grab it before we make our way over.
All right. While you're in town, does somebody want to make a some kind of rumor check?
Oh, well, I certainly can at the very least.
Well, while we're in town, Neferu will be looking for, if you want to give me the gift of ally for having done my goal, she could be looking for him if he came in on a different ship or something. That's up to you.
All right. And yeah, just
Sure.
sure, go ahead.
All right. It's going to take me a while to put that on my sheet and into macros. That's kind of why I wanted to know if I got it ahead of time, because I don't think there'll be.
Yeah, I've been trying to push it off to the end of the adventure, but
Okay.
I'm also starting classes again, so
Oh. Okay, well, I'll just do the work intermittently, and I'll have the rules up so I know what the stats are.
all right. Anyway, the doctor didn't hear anything.
Nope.
So gossip check would work for that, right?
Sorry, what was that?
A gossip check would work for checking for rumors, right?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Right. There we go. One,
So there's a rumor going around that there is a heir to the Rinaldi again. There, he's got a wizard following him around. An otter of some kind. Nothing much is known about them though, and uh, they're still not making too many public waves at the moment.
well, hopefully that means. Yes, so we succeeded. There was a gray fox that we in the camp rescued who was supposed to be running away with. But I managed to, or we managed to stop him, but Max wants to chat him up and just be friendly to him and see if she can make friends with this mysterious gray fox person.
Sure, the gray fox is basically afraid of its own shadow, but is willing to take willing to latch on to whoever's being friendly.
Oh yes, I'll be friendly with him. He can latch on to me. Okay, I'll take care of you. Just kind of assume a more motherly relationship with him.
Well, if I'm
All
going to
right.
leave him in my home, I may as well remember to lock the doors and keep him in. No telling what'll happen if he gets out. I assume we're not bringing him to the windmill.
Yeah, that would be a bad idea. No.
All right.
So if there's a now known heir to the Rinaldis, sounds like with our banking friend to see if the money's all cleared up by now.
You check out what was down. Let's see. Malthus of Malthus Shipping. He is confident that Fabrizio will have his money in the next week or so.
Okay.
Anything else?
I'd confirm it with the banker himself, but fair enough.
Yeah, he is quite curious about the situation, but simply has not been visited by Fabrizio or the his new wizard friend yet.
Okay.
Actually, mostly just interested in getting Fabrizio's signature less than the actual situation, because that's a lot of money on the line for him.
That makes sense.
Anything else?
I think that's about all the preparation I have in mind, at the very least.
Yeah, sounds like about as much as we're gonna get in town without. Well, the only thing that I can think of too is if we're somewhere safe and warm, just to before we head out to the windmill, I want to have a good meal, see if I can get a bath, sleep in a nice bed, that sort of thing.
More healing, sure.
Yeah.
So basically, rest for the day.
Well, the healing quota, you have to have 24 to get to that. And so a bath will give you one towards that. A good food will do that. Seeing a doctor, if they're successful, each success will do that. So, yeah.
And wouldn't you know it, everyone has a good doctor friend. How'd you like all to
boy.
get a little bit of a long-term care role for yourselves?
Oh, that would be just dandy.
All right, everyone can go ahead and take 2 because I will just wrote it out.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah, 2 progress.
Thanks, Doc.
All right.
Quick question to those who know the rules. It says under ally that they get the 7 gifts they start the game with. Now, I count 3 from species and 3 from career. Where does the 7th one come from?
Is it local area knowledge?
It says no local knowledge for allies.
They just have career and they have
maybe
species.
personality?
That's it.
Oh, the gift of a language.
Of a language. That's the one.
It's language. So, guys, my ally's not going to be able to talk to you, but he can talk to me.
Okay. Who is you?
Neferu.
Your ally is a second you?
My ally is a male cavalier that only knows Delton.
Okay. Sorry, I got a phone call.
It makes no sense to give him Calabria because he, isn't from here. I kind of want her warband to travel with her and eventually get gang of regulars, but that's going to be a whole group of people that can't talk to you, but that's going to be my problem.
Guys, what are we doing?
All right.
I believe after a short bit of rest, we were heading to the windmill.
All right.
Yes, let's go.
Just need to draw a couple octagons.
For the MMA fight that's happening later?
Hopefully it doesn't come to that.
You say. I exist for the fight.
Oof. Well, even after a bath and food, let's hope it's not a bad one. Well, here's a question. Are we at Three Corners Fort, or are we back in Triskelion?
I presume we went back to Triskelion.
Okay. If this is going to be a heck of a fight, then maybe I want to get my 2 muskets out of storage. Yeah, just to be safe, I'll do that, even if it puts me at burdened. And I'll stow the leather armor now that I have replaced with chain.
How much does a good night's rest cost again?
Well, if we're staying at our friend's house, it should be free.
Okay. Who's our friend again?
He is the guy at the docks. Let's see, Malthus.
And
the
he
old
has good beds
merchant.
and food. He has good beds and food.
Were you talking your business partner?
Liz, you gotta answer. You're the only one that
Yeah, I'm
knows.
sorry. Yeah, he's the business partner guy. We're staying at his estate while he's trying to get his money back.
Yeah, he is collecting IOUs in equivalent to days rest. He understands that you can't pay him to pay you. But
But what?
yeah, it's not free.
So how much is it?
Standard rates.
Which is
Guys,
where I started. I started this whole thing asking how much that was. So now that we've talked ourselves into a 3-minute loop,
Well,
How much is what exactly?
a good good beds and a good meal.
like a home cooked meal is like half a dinar.
And
Yeah,
the
I
bed.
think I wrote it down somewhere. 1 quarter for us, to do. Let's see. Good home cooking, half a dinar. And the lodging. A common room for half a dinar gives a d6. But a bedroom for... Wait, no. 1/12 of a dinar gives you a common room. I guess the real question is, if everyone stays with Caesar, how good of a lodging and food do they get?
Well, I mean, by definition, at the very least, everything is home cooked.
Very true.
If you cook it at home.
I'll just give him a couple dinar to cover expenses while we're living there.
Hey, there you go.
Back.
And back to the silence.
Ah, yes.
All right.
Well,
Sir, we're actually
I'm
gonna
ready.
Sir,
I appreciate everyone's endeavor to cover the silence, but maybe not all together.
I'll bang some pots and pans.
all right. So I'm assuming you aren't literally gonna stay here until we're fully recovered, are we?
No, it's my understanding that we're on our way. We're just actually waiting
Alright.
for the game master to draw the map, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Ah.
yeah, after have some good food and recover a little bit, I'll go grab the 2 muskets out of storage and go. So heavy. Oh, I'm injured. Uh,
Oh, that sure sucks, doesn't it?
If only I had somebody to help me. I should try to figure out some allies or people to help me with
Yeah,
sometimes.
I know. If only you tried to make friends with some of us.
I know, right? Yeah. You're not invited to my birthday party.
I don't even know when your birthday is.
Well, that's just fine. Mm.
Uh,
But I'll tell the Gray Foxy that we have to go take care of some things, and I guess I'll leave him something to eat and give him a nice big hug and say it'll be okay.
Just be sure not to mess up the bookshelf.
man, we're just
So-
assuming he's going for you, aren't we?
Did we
I
figure
don't know
out,
if he's not or if he is or not, but I just want to be nice to him.
did we figure out how much bed rest everybody got? That would be, well, including him
Yeah,
if
we
he
did.
suffered from some kind of condition.
It was said at the very beginning.
I'm sorry I missed it.
Griff, take it away.
Oh, what am I taking away?
I'm just asking how much bed rest we were able to get. Like how many ticks on our healing token?
2 for me healing you, 1 for you resting. 1 if you ate well because you have good home cooking, and then roll a d6 to see if you get good bed rest, I guess.
Well, wouldn't that be the
Assuming
resting
I have
one?
a common bed.
Or are you just talking the day one?
Doing the rest gets you 1. Having a good bed to rest on could get you more.
Ah. Wouldn't know, not injured.
Hey, there you go.
All right. So as you guys approach the windmill,
You know, Rack, sometimes I'm really disappointed.
yeah.
This is 5 minutes of drawing.
Oh, that's funny.
The windmill itself is locked up, but there is sound of things moving inside.
About how many somethings could I observe and listen?
go ahead and roll, but you're not getting. It's going to be pretty darn hard.
All right,
All
so
right,
I'll go with a D6 and a D8.
Are there upper windows?
Yes.
1 success.
All right, so are Ostringler pets trained to be able to say, call out how many times per something they see? Can they like count for me? Because he could just fly up, look in the window, and tell us how many people there were if he could, do little tricks like that.
I'm kind of questioning counting as a trick.
Yeah, they give you a D8 observation bonus, and I'm just trying to figure out how to justify the bonus in game. If you can do a better job, then let me know. I'm thinking about how he could do it.
Quick question, Rack.
What?
How big is this place?
Um,
Width-wise?
So a double door covers pretty much an entire facing.
Okay, and how big do you intend that door to be?
Maybe barn door sized, maybe less.
Okay, I assume you're
Doesn't
asking me
actually need a wagon in.
to Google up how big a barn door is. Okay.
Says here it's about 3 paces across.
Okay, because currently it is about 20 paces across. So a little bit bigger than you intended. Let me just fix the scale.
Okay.
I'll fix the scale while you're answering questions.
All right.
Did I get a read on my observation hearing?
You got enough to know that they are not really trying to make their numbers obvious. They've got like blankets over windows.
So,
There's at least 2. There's probably isn't like 20.
Okay,
so Max,
so not severely outnumbered.
Max turns to Harmon and says, I have a bad idea that maybe I should run past you here, but, well, they are bad guys. Maybe it would just be better if we maybe started fire to this and just shot them as they came out.
What's the surrounding area like?
Farmland.
But I mean, like, heavy wheat fields, trees, anything that could be easily set aflame by a strong breeze.
Yeah. This is an actual like millstone windmill. So yeah, there's
Okay.
a lot of.
I'm gonna turn back to Max. And where is the doctor in all this?
Probably standing a good little bit back, just...
Okay, well, I'm gonna wave you over to this conversation.
Okay. Doop, doop.
Well,
No,
all I'm saying is, if
No,
I were
I got you, Max. I got you, Max.
Villains.
If the doctor here will fly up to the roof and will start a smaller fire up on the roof, a controlled burn, just enough to cause smoke to pour down throughout the building, they'll think it's on fire, which is just good enough to, want to force them out, instead of, risking setting the entire area on fire.
Well, if I were some kind of nefarious and notorious outlaw, what I would do is definitely start a fire. So, I mean, they can run out eventually, but if nothing else, the smoke will choke them out. But,
Well, no, that's why I said about setting the fire on the roof. That way,
it's not a bad idea.
because the smoke will pour down through the building anyway, and they'll think it's on fire, and we don't run the risk of burning the entire area down.
Yeah,
It does
true.
strike me
Besides,
that
like, the
talk
grain
to
is
them
at the bottom.
first, but if this is the plan you want to go forward with, I'll rest up on the roof, and when you're ready, just give me the signal. I assume you'll want to surround the exits.
It appears to
Yeah,
only
We
be
should definitely
one.
get into position before we start negotiating with them, but
So Caesar will go ahead and fly up on top of the roof.
does anybody have negotiation?
Yes.
I'm just good at kind of chatting with people. If we want them to surrender, maybe that's negotiation.
Man. We're really assuming that this is just going to be violence all over, aren't we? I mean, this
Well,
could
prepare for
easily
the
just be a
best.
misunderstanding.
Expect the worst.
It's a fair point. Violence should be prepared for.
Look, I'm not
But let's
saying
not
that
literally
we're...
go into this conversation calling them the bad guys.
I'm not explicitly saying that we're going into this expecting combat, but the GM did make a battle map.
I mean,
Just saying, I'm trying to beat. Well, forget it. Okay.
No, I get it. You got the very character. This is a battle map. Also,
That was just a joke on my
they
part.
try to kill us at least once.
That was just a joke on my part. I mean, he did spend all 5 minutes drawing this.
But I suppose you do bring up a good point. Having preparation for violence is necessarily a bad thing.
I'm always prepared for violence.
so how are you starting things off?
Okay. Just knock on the door. If that receives no response, stay outside and open the door and call in.
How badly does he get shot?
I didn't say enter the door, I say open the door.
Right.
And I'm not dumb enough to stay in the doorway.
Well, conceivably, you have to be somewhere near the doorway to open the barn door.
One moment, I'm trying to.
How does it open? Hinge or on roller?
It's a funny thing about bullets. Not really stopped by wood.
Fair enough. Although shooting at something you can't see isn't always the easiest of things.
And
And
yet,
move
they pull that on movies all the time.
Technically, there is earth in wood, so you could move earth and just open the doors from a distance.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. That always gets me. Anything has earth in it. Did not
So are
consider
you
that.
the ones?
We're willing to take a deal if you've got the money to pay for them.
And what good is he to me now?
What good was he to you before?
Foolish creatures. Do you not even understand what it is you have?
Well, now that you ask, I think I know. So I think we'll be keeping him.
Well, Max puffs out her chest and says, "Yeah, he's my friend, and you ain't gonna take him neither, see?"
By the way, I think your roof is on fire!
Create
Reckon they
water.
never
No,
just
it's not.
invest the money. Always complicated.
You can't see the roof. That's a heavy concealment penalty you got there.
I guess if the top of the roof is on fire, it would take a bit for it to actually burn through.
No, the idea is that
The roof is on fire.
the idea is that the smoke penetrates. So you have this simulation. Have you guys never seen a Western before? You do this to actually drive out outlaws.
No, I get it.
Yeah, well, the Wild West was a little harder to get water places.
Well,
I just think
also,
we're dealing
from the
with
inside of a
water main.
building, you don't have the ability to throw water through walls, is what I'm getting at here.
Yep. That is not something
Create
the Wild
water.
West could do.
Well, no, Okay,
See,
if
and I
you want to
thought it
set
was
the
magic
precedent that you
itself.
can cast magic through walls without the ability to see to the other side. Okay.
Ooh, that's a fair point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kunabald, you're going to be taking advantage of this every time you can. You know what? Why don't you just fill up the entire building with earth? You don't have to see the inside of it. We'll smother them.
That would take a long time.
You've got all the time. Start with the walls so they can't escape.
Start with a door. Then the
I mean,
windows.
we don't have to see inside. You could just assume and put earth everywhere.
Okay. This works as a way to smoke them out. I'll agree to the logic of start just creating Earth, just as much of it as physically possible.
You are
Alright.
being counterspelled.
Oh, cool. Fair enough.
Oh, that's cool. Because that means that you roll against each other and you'll create damage against one another. So you're actually attacking her, which is great.
Oh my god. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, okay. So it's gonna need to roll create air to counter, I believe.
Well, no, if she's she or he. I'm sorry, I don't know what the warlock's actual gender is.
Or
If
Yeah.
they're countering you, they're
oh, they could
rolling.
counter with move Earth too, couldn't they?
Yeah, or whatever else thing counters move Earth or create Earth or whatever you're using.
Create Earth.
Specifically, if they're countering, that only determines what magic they're using. You're using the magic you're casting with.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. All right. Looks like the counter held that off.
Fair enough.
So how much damage do you take?
Well, just as you weren't actually aiming to hurt her, she wasn't actually aiming to hurt you.
Then how did she counter? Whatever. This is all farce anyway. You can't attack something you can't see.
Fair enough.
Perhaps you all ought to open the door.
It is open.
And the fire would have had to have
Oh.
spread through the wood to the
Where's
other side.
everyone inside then?
Sorry, what?
Where's everyone inside? I presume they would want to know if they're going to do anything down
Oh,
there.
the door's shut.
Well, no, he
Oh.
said he pulled it open
No.
to talk to them. Yeah, and shouted inside. We had the whole conversation about how he would get shot. Remember?
Well, the door's locked. Sorry. Yeah, if I'd heard that, that's what you would have said.
I did say that if they had answered my knock, I wouldn't have to open the door, so fair enough.
Yeah, and it took me a while to figure out exactly how to approach this conversation, because this is not how the adventure was written.
Mhm. Yeah, fair enough. I think the adventure is supposed to assume they take the attitude of everyone else and assume these are the bad guys. Uh, hmm.
I suppose meanwhile, while they're sorting it out, I am on the roof. Are there many openings to look down into the building?
Not from the roof. It's got shingles up there. There is the windmill blades. I'm not sure whether it's an actual rotating windmill or whether they just count on the wind being in the right direction. I don't know what's in Era.
Not sure, but I guess I did try to burn it at least. At least one shingle must have burned out before the water came.
Let's see. Actually, come to think of it, shingles might actually be resisting burning just on their own.
Depends on what
I
the
don't know.
rain
This
is.
is not something I'd plan for.
Oh, I understand.
Sorry, what was
Yeah,
that
for all we
last
know-
question?
Then perhaps a windowsill or something up above.
Yeah, for all we know,
Anything of
there's
that sort?
granite. Not granite, but slate.
So they've got blankets over the windows, but you can see the sills themselves. The blankets are on the inside.
Right, so I could at least take a position there and maybe work on moving the blanket later.
All right.
So say windowsill over here.
All right. And of course, there's windows on all the sides.
Oh, nope.
Did you ever answer if the door was designed?
Oh, that is a good question. Is this on hinges or rollers? Is it open inwards or outwards based off the hinge?
I think it opens inwards.
And how about that hinge question?
If it opens inwards, the hinge is on the inside,
No, it does have hinges then.
presumably.
Look, he was asking if
I
it
mean,
was
it's a windmill. It's not exactly a castle.
He was asking if it was a tracked door or if it was a hinged door. So, all right.
The track door kind of requires, a track for it to go, and there's not really a room on that side of the building.
Well, no, because it would slide off to the side. You don't. I mean, the fact that it's a hexagon shape just gives it more credence to do so. There's nothing in the way for the door to run to. Anyway, Kunabald, I'm pretty sure those hinges have earth in them. You could just lift the hinges out, and the door will fall over.
It's true.
That's literally how a hinge is designed. It's how you replace doors.
Although I'm thinking on things Adventure probably didn't plan for. This is the only door to this place, right?
Yes, but there is plenty of windows.
So do we want to just besiege this place and starve them out?
We didn't bring a lot of food with us, Kunabald.
Yeah, and they are sitting in a mill.
Fair point.
I'll point out, we have easy access to the city, and unless they want to come out and fight us, they don't.
I mean, if that was the point, then we could just go to the city, get some guards, and come back.
Why are you even here?
Ah, but where's the heroism in that?
That is a good question. She isn't going to bother. Why are we here?
I don't remember. Something about confronting this one. Oh, money.
Yes.
The reason why we're everywhere. Money.
Apparently, she seems valuable, despite having trailers for it.
How much money do you have in there?
Oh, Harmon.
And why would I keep my money in some run-down mill?
Because it could save your life.
And what is my life to you?
Not much.
I can't believe you guys are letting him do the negotiations.
Well,
Yeah,
nobody
Just
else
like
has
hops
stepped up.
quietly on his windsill as he listens to all this.
Okay, here's how it's going. I'm talking, right? I'm gonna wave Max over, mimic a gun pointed at the door, point at Kunabald, mimic whatever it might look like for a hinge to be popped off, and just like fingers to the eyes, fingers to both of you. You know, kind of pointing out, hey Max, get ready to sniper shot this bitch. Kunabald, pop the door.
What do you want Neferu to do?
Get ready to rally whoever gets shot.
Okay.
Yeah, Max will kind of do the salute, and should we maybe roll for initiative? Because that will certainly start a fight.
Sure.
Oh.
Awesome. Hey guys, if you need
This
Harman,
is-
call 711.
And I'm
Yeah.
rolling. And Beck is my pet's name. Yes, and we're using that name.
Oh boy! So I've got my gun out, but I'm not focused.
Nobody
But wait,
is.
one success will give you focus.
No, one success makes you ready. 2 successes give you focus.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Then yes, I was right the first time.
I mean, Neferu could always give you focus.
Yeah, you need it? I will give it to you. Focus and peeps is my jam, yo.
All right. So, you're going to attack the front door?
No. Literally not the plan at all. Sorry, apparently my computer is dying. I don't know what the hell's going on there. No, the plan is that Kunabald is going to use Move Earth to pop the hinges out of place so that the door will fall over, and then Max is instantly going to take a sniper shot.
Well, give me a move Earth.
Got the Fusel out. Well, actually, no. Yes. No, I said Fusel. I will do Fusel.
It is a good gun.
2 successes.
All right, you pop the hinges. They aren't falling open.
Okay, well, I'll move up and I'll kick the door, because there's literally nothing holding the door in place.
Clearly there is some kind of wooden bar across the back of the door. You could tell this because that's the way the door hinges when you kick it.
Okay, well that's... You know what? Clear that thought. I'm just gonna pull the side of the door that has the hinge, because now you've just made it one large door instead of 2 small doors. So I will just pull the door open and let Max shoot from that way.
Okay. the way it seems to be working is basically they took their big barn door and slapped a log on brackets across the back, and it's bracketed on either end as well. So you're either going to have to do enough to break that wooden crossbar, or
Well, no, I'm not. I'm not trying to break a crossbar. What I'm saying is that it's holding the other door in place, making it one large door instead of two separate doors that are stuck together.
Yes, it's not just door to door; it's frame to frame.
That is just fucking stupid.
I'm confused. How is this thing functioning?
They have
So
they clearly had no intent to ever leave this place. It's fucking weird. I have no idea why. This is dumb.
Hey, they can take it off if they want to leave.
They've bracketed it in place. They've got to break out tools to get out.
Please come out.
Let me see if I can pull up a picture of what I'm talking about.
No, I can imagine what you're talking about. That's why I'm calling it dumb. I don't know why anybody would do that. I'm sorry if that's... I don't mean to speak this way. Sorry. It's inconceivable. I don't know why anybody would do that. Especially not anybody that had no idea that we were coming. They barred themselves in and took engineering steps to seal the door shut without any rhyme or reason.
Well, does
those brackets are not closed on top.
Does our doctor friend see any doors that are further up the mill that aren't barred like this?
Uh,
Well, there are the windows for sure, but what other entry points are actually available for this? Because maybe at the least I could drop down a rope for everyone.
Why are you here?
At this point, I'm just gonna fucking kill you.
I have rope if needed.
You've made me angry.
What has she done to make you angry?
she sent people to murder us?
Well, yeah, that was step one. All right, fuck it.
Dr.
I'm
Caesar
jumping
will
through a
go ahead and
window.
call- Oh, okay.
Harman is
All right.
jumping through a window.
So there is ground floor windows on those sides, and there's also windows on each of 4 floors above that. So you jump in. There's a couple empty barrels, and then a ladder to the floor above.
And there's nobody in here?
Not on this level.
All right, Neferu will follow, and if
And you can see from the inside, you can see there is like a wooden bar across that you could lift that out of its brackets from where you're at.
I was just about to say Neferu would be coming in to cover Harman, and if her ally had come with, I'll tell everybody his name, and he can be watching the door and making sure nobody gets out.
What is his name, by the way? If you figured one out for him.
Did you get the tokens I sent?
Alright.
On his token, his name is Rudjek. Rudjek.
How far from the floor is it to the ceiling?
Call it about 10 feet.
I am a giant, so I stand almost to the ceiling as it is then. I'm going to take my sword, and I'm going to start stabbing at the floor above me. I am going
Alright.
to
Oh my god!
Did you guys ever see the Ninja Turtles movie, the original one? The
Nope.
live-action one? Where the ninjas stand on the floor below the turtles, and they just start stabbing at the floor until the floor is so ruined that the turtles fall down to the floor that they're at. I am just going to destroy the bottom floor of this building.
Okay, you're standing where you're at and totally wrecking the floor above you.
Just going all the way through. I'm not just like centered right here and letting something fall on
Okay.
my head. I'm just gonna keep going until the whole thing is ruined.
Where are you starting? Give me an attack roll. And where are you starting?
From where I'm at, I'm circling around. They've angered me angry, which makes me stupid. Err.
Now we've gone to the damaging objects rules.
Yeah, and it's wood. So,
It's pretty solid wood,
even then.
but yeah, depending on how the damaging objects rules works, that looks like what, 5 points of damage?
Well, I rolled no ones, and I don't think...
I don't know how those rules
well,
work.
if I remember right, you need to roll a d4. Because I think they resist with a d4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4... Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 6 points of damage. And I believe that will destroy a lot of stuff.
Yes, especially when there is
There we go. Page 154, damaging inanimate objects. Wood is considered invulnerability 2, so I do 4 points of damage, which is ruined. A ruined object loses even simple functions. A ruined door falls off its hinges. A ruined wall collapses into a low barrier. So it is incapable of holding anything above it.
great. That's a millstone on the second floor.
It's fine. I said I went around the
Ow.
edge. I said I went around the edge. A millstone would be in the center of a mill.
Fair enough.
I'm looking at the map here.
And I know what a mill is laid out.
You can also see there's an axle in the center over there through the hole as it drops on you. And then there may be another millstone on the other side.
Oof. Fight him outside.
How's that sniping shot going, Max?
Can I see a target?
Seems to
Yeah.
be nobody on the first floor is what I heard.
A millstone.
Yes, that's why I started laughing when you said you were going to attack the floor above you.
Alright, well, you know what?
Ow.
You guys, collect that Aerith armor because it's worth a lot.
So, again, this was pretty solid floor, but you did enough damage to it that the millstone's weight started shredding the rest. Go ahead and give me a dodge to try and get out of that way.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm dead. A millstone is multiple tons.
Okay, I had a phone call. It was basically one long automated message. What did I miss?
My death.
Shit.
He decided to start attacking the ceiling.
Look,
directly.
no one ever disagrees with the Weekend at Bernie's plan. Why would anybody disagree with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles plan?
And the place where I asked he was starting is the place the map says is directly under the millstone on the second floor. One of the two.
Alright, I will retrieve your armor, and give it to somebody to wear with honor.
Why don't you wear it? It's
Or
Aerith armor.
to sell it.
Oh wait, it's
a little
a
big for
giant.
us.
Yeah, it's a giant's Aerith armor.
It can be
See,
smelted
this has
down.
probably
and
taken a
reforged.
couple turns, so I'll probably have maneuvered over to this window.
All right. Well,
Hold
you've
on.
got one success on that dodge.
I've got the
Is that
perfect
right?
thing. Well, not really. I mean, I guess you'd have to make an attack roll for the millstone.
Maybe just dodge it
No,
falling? I
I'm
don't
just
know.
calling it a dodge skill check. So,
Well, no, I was saying environmental difficulty.
so I'm going to say that based on your skill check, you're trapped, but there's enough junk, including a barrel, that it's partially resting on, partially crushed over there. That you're not crushed, but you're going to have to move it before you can get out.
Is the floor earthen?
The floor is planks.
Dang. I was going to suggest we could try to move earth to move the thing.
Or we can do the other move move the giant millstone.
It's a good idea.
Speaking of which, I think that's what I'm going to do. Unless someone's trying to counter me or anything, 4 successes.
All right. You get enough to slide the millstone off to the side and uncrush Harman.
Dr. Caesar,
Was
can you
that
check if he's
really
okay?
necessary?
I'm sure there's some. Oh, did something happen down there? I heard a lot of noises on the other side of the mill.
Yeah, apparently I'm so
Harman
dumb
may
I
have
can't
been
realize I'm stabbing a giant stone.
Buried by a
Oh, you
millstone.
stabbed the
floor?
planks that were holding up the giant stone?
It's a multi-ton stone. It's not planks that would be holding it up.
Yeah. However, you rolled pretty darn well on your attack to take out those supports.
He took out beams with that sword.
Yeah. And echoing through the windmill, there's a snarky voice. Was that really necessary?
Fuck you, bitch!
Oh god. No, with the bows.
No, honestly, I give up from the plan making standpoint. Every single action I've made has come up for naught, now to my embarrassment, so I give up. You guys come up with something.
I will tend to your wounds for a moment. And
I have
I'll
no
go ahead and-
wounds. A multi-ton thing fell on me. Either I'm dead or I'm not.
Well, that's the real question here now. I don't think we actually determined that.
3.5 tons
figured
landed on me.
3.5 tons landed on the ruins of the floor above and a barrel as it crashed down on top of him.
Well, the
And
armor.
there was enough junk around him that I'd say only
At least, as far as I understand, he's buried but not dead.
The armor
And we
might have not crushed him.
And
Yeah,
it looks like he did really well to try to excavate him.
Yeah, so you got the millstone rolled off of him.
So, this is the time that Caesar will try to tend to his wounds.
What wounds?
Is he hurt or injured or what?
I'm tempted to say, just pop combat save broken bones, but reduce that blood splat to just injured. Does that
Alright.
sound reasonable?
I mean, it sounds
Well,
good
not
to
to
me
shit
here,
on anyone's
but...
riff here, but combat save is for hit in combat. So unless you count that as a windmill,
Yeah, you
countering
can't.
him somehow.
If I fell off a cliff and took enough damage to kill me, I could not tap combat save. That's why combat save is specifically for combat.
And I don't think.
All right, well, I don't really know the system that well.
Although, yeah, but if we take your ruling as said, I would have had to tapped it or died. So, clearly I just got killed by the millstone. I'm fine with it. I will have Harman die to his own stupidity, and I will just listen to the rest to see how this goes.
Okay, well, if that's how we want to handle it, and
Again,
End of this
3.5
session should be a
tons landed on me. I can see it going no other way.